evening, everybody, and how we doing for another Round the Ropes podcast episode right here on the new ATR network. As always, guys, my tag team partner for tonight, you know him as Sexy Ryan, the one, the only Ryan Peterson himself. Ryan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. As you can see, I'm pulling off my inner Hardy right now because fuck it, why not?
But how was your Memorial Day?
It was nice. It was nice. Went to a couple of indie shows in the area, and watch some wrestling on TV. On TV. What the fuck am I saying? I'm not that old yet. Watched it streaming, and also from a Dave & Buster's, which actually I think you were there.
Yes, I was. And we'll definitely get into that in a second. But Ryan, I do have one question to ask you though before we get into what we have coming up tonight.
Yes.
Was there wrestling on this weekend? I couldn't. I slipped my mind.
Well, let's see. I mean, I know the NBA playoffs were this weekend, the NHL playoffs, college lacrosse was this weekend, baseball happened. I think there was a world championship knitting competition up in Sheboygan. Maybe there was wrestling.
I don't know if there was. So unfortunately, folks, we have nothing else to talk about. Good night. See you next week.
Okay. See you later. Bye.
But guys, no, we got a lot to get to right now. As we had probably, Ryan, let me ask you this. You've been a wrestling fan now for how long?
Yes.
Just give me a number.
Really? You're making me think.
Yes, Ryan.
Oh, fucking hell. This is why we can't do shows like this, because this guy asks like 20 questions, like another certain individual I know. Because you ask one question and then it turns into fucking 20 questions.
You have to be just a rough estimate.
Okay, my entire life. How does that sound?
Okay. Have you ever seen a weekend like we just had when it comes to pro wrestling?
Very rarely.
Where not only did you have 3 separate shows, but you had 3 excellent shows.
Very rarely.
So why don't we get going? And guys, again, you can find us on all social media. You definitely can find us there. Why don't we get going with the first show we had? And folks, unfortunately, we're not going to get into Under Siege or Hard to Kill, whatever Steven Seagal movie you want to refer to.
It was Under Siege. However, I do want to say I give mad props to Macklin and PCO.
Oh, yeah. With their match? Yeah. They is it safe to say they killed each other?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And also someone officially got stapled shut.
And it wasn't me.
Damn it. I mean, yay!
Okay, let me ask you this, though.
And also, huge props to Scott D'Amore for going through a flaming table.
Yeah, that match was like ECW at its finest.
Yeah, but they also made an announcement in September. Let's see if I can pull this up quickly. They are coming back to the great state of New York. And unfortunately, it's not in Queens, which sucks, but, I can understand why. Because on September 8th and 9th, forgive me, folks, I'm just trying to find the information because this was literally... We're off to a great start, folks. I ain't prepared for shit.
Isn't it in was it in White Plains?
Yeah, I was getting to that in White Plains. And also, June 9th is their next premium special event, Against All Odds.
Yes.
Where apparently they have something going on. Where apparently they have something different called an 8-4. I think it's called an 8-4-2. Okay, here it is. First of all, on June 9th at Slammiversary. No, not Slammiversary. No, sorry. The winner goes on the Slammiversary. But this is the way to find out the number one contender for the for the world title.
Okay.
Anniversary. It's the first ever 8-4-1 match. And this is how it's going to go down.
Okay.
It starts off as an 8-man tag, which I have the competitors of all 8 of them. And then the winning team competes in a fatal 4-way match.
That's different.
I've seen one promotion do that in Chicago called Warrior Wrestling. They call it the War of Attrition match.
Okay.
But the 8 competitors are, on one team, you have PCO, Rich Swann, Moose, and Speedball Bailey. And on team number 2, you have Jonathan Gresham.
Okay.
Heath, Nick Aldis, and Bully Ray. One of those 8 men will become the new number 1 contender for the heavyweight title and face off against Macklin. I don't know if he's competing against All Odds. I'm assuming he is. Oh, no, I'm sorry, he is. He's facing off against Alex Shelley.
Yeah, my guess is they probably pulled that off. Probably the winner of that will probably end up taking on Macklin probably at Slammiversary.
That's either Macklin or Shelley, because you never know.
Yeah, and by the way, folks, if you're you mentioned Alex Shelley. I just want to throw this out there quickly. If you're in the upstate New York area, this Saturday, June 3rd, and Mortal Championship Wrestling is presenting their next event, and one of the guys who I think he actually has a match, if I remember correctly, on the card.
I don't remember, honestly.
He does, because I think they're doing a seminar beforehand.
Okay. I know about the seminar, but I didn't know about the match part.
Yeah, he's taking on what's his face, the guy who took on Gangone at the show you and I were at.
Yes.
Yeah. So, folks, definitely go get your tickets. Immortal Championship Wrestling puts on some great content, and one thing I'll say, being that I've gone to a couple of their shows now, you feel like you're part of the family.
Well, I found out the September dates for Impact. I finally found it.
Okay.
So on Friday, September 8th, it's Impact Wrestling's Victory Road, live from the Westchester County Center in White Plains, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day, it's a very historic day for Impact.
And that is?
As following the next day on September 9th, also at the Westchester County Center, it'll be the 1000th episode of Impact Wrestling.
That's impressive.
And tickets for both nights go on sale this Friday.
And it's funny. The one thing I'll say about Impact, because I was one of the people who, when you look at Impact, and I'm talking Impact in the days of Dixie Carter Impact.
Oh, I'm thinking going further back.
Well, that's what I was watching a lot, was back then. And I remember the funniest thing I remember is sitting there saying, yeah, Impact Wrestling's not going to last much longer.
I worked with Impact Wrestling for a little bit.
Yes. And like I said, I give Impact Wrestling, I give Scott D'Amore and company a crap ton of credit for what they've done.
Oh, yes.
Where they have basically they've proven everybody wrong. Let me put it that way. But from what I did see from Under Siege, the one match I did see, which was Macklin and PCO, you want to talk about a bloodbath? Yeah. There's your bloodbath right there.
Yeah.
But let's keep things going here, because I know we want to get into all the festivities that happened this weekend. And let's jump to Night of Champions. No, folks, I'm not saying afternoon of Champions.
You said it right! The fucking time you did!
I don't know what schmuck would even think about calling it afternoon of Champions.
Apparently, it's an undermining schmuck who thinks he's better than all, but really he's not.
Again, I don't know. But yes, we're going to get into Night of Champions, which happened on Saturday afternoon. And
obviously, we're not going to go into all the matches because...
Well, hold on. If somebody who's watching has a question about one of the matches...
Well, that's a different story.
We'll get into that. But first match I want to get to is the opening match, which was Styles versus Rollins.
Yep. Great way to open up the show.
Fantastic way to open the show.
What the hell did Rollins kill to make that outfit?
I don't know. I'm not a fashionista.
Or on his way to Saudi Arabia, did he take a stop at Liberace's closet?
Okay, your guess is as good as mine.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, Ryan, I'm not studious and fashionista.
No, you're just like undermining people. That's all.
Oh my freaking god! But unfortunately, that's kind of where the positive part ends with me on that. Because the way that it came off to me watching that match, it came off to me like WWE didn't care.
Care to explain yourself?
Oh, I was about to elaborate on it.
Go ahead.
Because it's supposed to be your world heavyweight title. But yet you open the show with it?
Have you seen it? Did you see the other matches on the card?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you wanted to start off hot.
I'm not taking away the match itself. Because, and I know what you're about to say, that this is my Leclerc rant. And if it is, it is. But I feel, and I've said this since day one, since old Triple H took the little blankie off and revealed the title on when they were in Chicago a couple weeks ago. To me, it's nothing more than a consolation prize. We can't have anybody defeat Roman. And I know folks, I know they're penciled in, okay? And they've penciled in nobody to beat Roman. So instead of that, you decide we're just going to make another title? Which, in my opinion, will forever live in the shadows of what Roman's done. And I personally think that, again, I have to stress this again. I don't take away the match itself. Both AJ and Seth were fantastic in the match. Seth is somebody who is a workhorse. Unfortunately, he kind of splits his pants when he gets into the ring. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to social media. It's all over the place.
Yeah, John was having a cream fest on that one. He's like, ooh, we saw a hole in his pants.
Moving on.
John's secrets was finally coming out.
My point is this. It's nothing more than a consolation prize. Do I have an issue with how they presented it last night in Raw when they were up in Albany? No, not at all. I thought they presented it perfectly. Except for the part of AJ, but we'll get to that at another time. But I just think to me, it's going to be nothing more than a consolation prize. Now let me ask the person who's in the industry.
Oh, you're actually asking me an opinion or something?
Yes.
Oh, that's a shock because normally you just slide right through. So I thought it was very, very odd that they started off with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anything, they should have started off with the freaking IC title with Gunther and Mustafa Ali because that was phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't think anything.
Brock and Cody. Because Brock doesn't need to be waiting until the end. Brock's thing is he wants to get his shit done and over with and go home.
Yes.
So they should have started off with Brock and Cody. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And have the two titles main event the show.
And realistically, you didn't have to. I mean, yes, from a And the one thing I know we were talking about on the show is emotional, emotional investment. And I know coming off of the tag title match, there was no way you were going to top that. But you could have set it up. Because then to me, if you would have had Seth and AJ close out the show, then I would have sat there and said, okay, WWE wants us to believe that this title is worth something. I'll buy in.
What if they co-main evented? They were the match before the main event. How would you feel about that?
I would have been fine with that.
Okay.
At least if they're in the main. What I'm trying to say is, at least if they're in
towards the end.
Yeah, towards the end. Not when I called. And again, I know the comment that's always said is, if you're not on first, if you're not on last, you'd rather be first. But hello, you could have done Brock and Cody. You could have done Gunther and Mustafa Ali. Hell, you could have done Natalya and Rhea Ripley.
Oh God, no, leave them where they were. Start off with Bianca and Asuka.
Yeah, but that's my point though. You could have done anything else.
Trish and Becky.
Yeah, but you mean Kill Bill?
What?
You mean Kill Bill?
Yeah.
But my point is this though. To me, tell me if I'm wrong here. I'll eat crow. I don't care. But to me, that World Heavyweight title to me right now is on the same level as the IC title. Actually, if you want to be technical, the IC title to me has more relevancy than the World Heavyweight title.
Oof. And here comes the IWC coming in to rip you a new one.
Right, you know what I say? Bring it. And I say this for one reason. And I say it for this reason. Yes, I'm aware that the World Heavyweight title just started. Okay? And I know that the IC title's been around for years. I'm not taking that away from it. But right now, when you look at WWE, you look at the landscape, you look at the land of 1,000 belts that they have. Right now, when you look at, and I'm not putting Romans into this because this is him. What he's doing right now is different. But you look at Austin Theory, you look at Gunther, you look at Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, you look at Ronda and Shayna, who are now your women tag champions. You look at Carmelo Hayes. You look at Tiffany Stratton. Take Tiffany out of it because she just won the title, so she's kind of out of that picture.
Mm-hmm.
But of the 5 belts I just mentioned to you, actually 6 if you include Seth winning the title, which one do you think has more relevancy right now?
As of right now, the IC title because it's being used more.
But it's also being used properly. Because the way, and I said this for a while, you look at the IC title, the IC title to me is being used to elevate Gunther. Or as Kevin Owens called him on Raw last night, the tall guy with the ears. But that's my point though. Is right now to me the World Heavyweight title might as well be on the same level as the IC title. Or even less.
I agree.
And I'm going to... no, actually, let me backtrack on what I was going to say on that one. But that's why, to me, I'm not a fan of the world. I mean, people want to chastise me, go right ahead. I really don't care. But to me, the World Heavyweight title, unless WWE is going to present it, where it's, where almost like Cena back in 2015 when he had that U.S. Open challenge?
Yeah, 2015.
If they're going to do something like that, then okay, then I'll start buying into it. But if you're going to have it where it's going to be, Seth's going to come out and all of a sudden it's going to be a tag title match every other week, and there's no story behind it, then no, I'm not buying into it. Brian, what are your thoughts on the match?
So I really like the match. Those two, they actually haven't fought each other one-on-one since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that was AJ Styles' first title match in 4 years. But I thought the match was great to open up, and the crowd was electric.
Oh, yeah, that I definitely agree with you on.
But there were two other matches of the Night of Champions that really got me interested. It was the IC title with Mustafa Ali and Gunther, and the main event.
Well, before we get into that, what are your thoughts on what I was saying before about the title?
I already said what I said. I agree.
Oh, okay.
Were you not paying attention?
I was paying attention. I didn't know if you had anything else to add to it.
No.
Gotcha. But
because if you look to the Rondo's podcast, it's John Blaine and the team. Exactly.
Again, that was one time.
All it takes is one, buddy.
That was one time. Which, by the way, we bring that up. Want to send our regards and our best wishes to SWF owner Rob Fury.
Yeah.
For after what happened to him at the last show, Rob, we're thinking of you. Get well, and can't wait to see you at the show next Saturday in Homedale, New Jersey.
Hopefully. There's the key word.
Yeah. But no.
Health permitting. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, absolutely. But you look at let's get now into the IC match between Gunther and Mustafa Ali. Obviously, everybody knew this was going to be a squash match.
But they gave him time.
Which I was kind of surprised by that, but then I'm like, not really, being that Mustafa Ali is the hometown boy.
Technically hometown.
But here's the other part, though. You look at that match. There was a few moments I thought Mustafa Ali was going to pull it off.
I thought so too.
I was really going to sit there and go, they're not going to pull the trigger. They're not going to do this.
They were close, though.
So I have a feeling that when eventually it's time for Gunther to drop the belt, don't be shocked if it doesn't go to Mustafa Ali.
Only if done properly.
Yes. And that doesn't mean he has to bring in T-Bar and Mace and Slapjack.
Oh, you mean hold on, I think it does something weird. Hold on. Retribution!
Yep. But no, I mean it was a good match. I'm not gonna take away from it at all.
And now we get into the main event.
Yes. Actually, we do have a comment coming in.
Yes.
From the guy who was going to start the Sexy Ryan chant on Friday. Jumbo Ref.
Yeah, I was still waiting to hear that. I didn't hear it.
Because you weren't in the ring.
No, neither were you.
Well, it could have.
Yeah, but unfortunately, cards have to change.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. But as far as Mustafa Ali and Jumbo Ref, thank you. Glad you can get a chance to watch us tonight. But you look at
I'm sorry in advance for you watching us.
But as far as the Mustafa Ali Gunther match, I liked it. It was good.
But now we get into the main event. Oh yeah, they don't know. That's why they say cards have to change.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to put it.
That's the correct way to say it, John. Take lessons from someone in the industry, myself and Jumbo Man. So, yeah.
Again, hold on, because you claim that I'm always undermining you. Hold on. See, all yours.
I got nothing to say now.
Oh, okay. Not what I want to do. Hold on. There we go.
Jesus Christ. I had nothing else to say. That's all it was. I just wanted to flip you off.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, not like you did that today at all.
Actually, I didn't.
No, it's actually kind of calm today.
Well, that's a few moments I wanted to strangle you because you undermined me. Be careful when you're around this guy, folks, because you're trying to make yourself, climb that ladder. And all of a sudden, here comes Johnny Boy coming in and knocking you down and making himself bigger and bigger. Have you noticed why every time when him and I are walking, I'm kind of moving away to the side? It's not because I'm walking to the side. It's because his massive ego is finally inflating, and I'm just getting pushed to the side.
Peterson.
Blaine.
Listen to me.
I am listening as long as you actually listen to me for once.
Okay. We're gonna go into this right now.
Come on, LaGreca.
I am not undermining you.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
That hurts.
Listen to me.
Yeah, I know. There you go.
I do not undermine anybody.
Sure. The sky is green, the grass is blue, yeah.
And yes, do I have a little bit of an ego now? Yeah, I might have a little bit of an ego.
Oh, he finally admits it.
A little ego. Little. Little.
I swear to God, if you messed up that spelling, I would have laughed my ass off.
My point is this.
Oh God, here comes the comments. Yeah, the sky is green. You didn't know that, Triple Man? It's a topsy-turvy world, folks. Okay.
My point is this, Ryan. Without me trying to start becoming LaGreca and start throwing things and ripping my shirt, which I don't think folks want to see that.
You know, therapy works for that.
That does it, though?
Depends on where you go.
Again, folks, I'm also not Italian, so me using my hands is just part of my nature, so shut up. But Ryan, Peterson.
Jonathan, Blaine, Blue Squirrel.
I might have a little bit of an ego right now. But that's only because now everything's starting to go in the direction that I want it to go in. And there are some people who can't handle that.
Well, as they say, fuck it. As they say, fuck them. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. And that's why, to me, I look this way. If I have a little bit of an ego and people don't like it, there's the door. And the one thing I'll say to that is don't let the door hit you on the ass.
So anyway, can we get to the freaking main event of Night of Champions?
You realize that entire rant lasted longer than Natalia's match with Rhea Ripley.
I know. And does that include entrances?
Yes.
Okay.
But yes, let's get now to the main event.
Yes. For the undisputed tag team championships of the Intergalactic Championship World.
Yeah, we can call it that.
Sure. And the current champions, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, taking on the team of Solo Sikoa and the undisputed, unglorified, intergalactical Starship Enterprise heavyweight champion, known as Roman Reigns.
Yes. Yes, that is the best way you can put it. Oh, I think you froze.
No, I'm here.
Then did I freeze?
No, I was waiting for you to talk.
Oh, I was letting you go.
No, you were talking, so go ahead. I interrupted you.
Oh, no, I will definitely say this much. The fact that Sammy got to do the thing in the beginning that he did.
Oh.
Yeah. That was really good. That was really good. You look at what you call it. I mean, realistically, that match you knew damn well Kevin and Sammy were going to win that match.
But the way that it ended, though, holy shit.
Yeah. Well, let's get into that now. Because my question to you is, and to everybody else who's watching us, did we see the end of the bloodline?
Yes.
In what way?
Well, this form of the bloodline, because I have a feeling Roman might pull some strings and make a new bloodline.
With who, though?
Besides Solo, there is another Samoan that's out there right now, a free agent that could do very well.
Oh, Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
That could happen.
Or if they really wanted to pull the trigger out of nowhere, a couple of people who haven't been heard of in a long time in the wrestling world.
Who?
How about the GOD?
Yeah, I was gonna say, whatever happened to them?
I don't know. They ran out the contracts and then they've been silent.
Hey, one thing I'll always say: GOD's entrance music, sign me up.
Oh yes.
I remember hearing that live.
Actually, before we go further, folks, just to clarify what Mr. Blaine was saying earlier, and we always joke with each other on here on the Around the Rose podcast, but he doesn't undermine anybody. He never. If he ever did that, I would personally beat the shit out of him myself.
Thank you.
Thank you for the ass whooping? Or like what?
No, I'm saying thank you for clarifying that.
Well, yeah, because I want to make sure because some people on here would think, "Oh my God, is this really a thing?" You know how people are nowadays.
And by the way, folks, when he turns him right, hold on, him, and tells me to have a LaGreca rant. That's not him being mean.
It's not.
Sometimes I get very passionate about this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to last week's show.
Oh my God.
Go to last week's show, but yeah. So I get those moments where I get very passionate.
I mean, at least I'm not telling the fans about your LaGreca memorial in your closet. Oops. All hail the mighty LaGreca! All hail the mighty LaGreca! And now I'm going straight to hell. All right.
Well, since we're bringing up LaGreca, let me just mention this very quickly, and then we'll get back into the Night of Champions. I do want to send a congratulations out, and I know the joke Ryan's about to say in about 30 seconds. To an individual who finally finished his story on Saturday. As your new ISPW World Heavyweight Champion is the one and only Mr. Rick Recon.
What did he do? Great. Congrats, Rick. Now let's back to Night of Champions.
I was going to add this part.
Yeah.
He was able to defeat Paul James at the Garrett Mania show that they just did on Saturday.
I don't know.
Which, from what I heard from people who were there, it was definitely an intriguing place to do a show.
It looked pretty sick from what I saw.
Yeah, from the pictures I saw, it looked really cool. But yes, again, folks, from everybody here at the Unlocked Podcast, I want to send a congratulations out to Rick Recon for capturing the ISPW World Heavyweight Champion. We're hoping at some point to have Rick on the show as either a YouTube exclusive or a guest at a future date.
All right, so now back to the main event. Where basically we saw Jimmy and Jay accidentally super kick Solo Sikoa, but then Roman got all heated up, and he kept, attacking Jay. I mean, kept, saying, going up to Jay's face and whatnot. Jimmy, when Roman turns around, Jimmy super kicks him, saying, "Enough is enough." And Jay is sitting there going, "Oh no, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do to our cousin Oos?" And Jimmy's like, "I did this for you. You're my brother. I did this for you." As Roman's getting up, second kick, and then he falls out of the ring. And as both of them leave, you hear as Jimmy is walking, pulling Jay to the back. You hear Jay going, "Joe!" I'm like, my God, you're giving more love to your fucking cousin than your own blood brother? The fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
In other words, no, Joe, my weed money man, no.
Wow. But now I'll say this much: I can't wait till Friday for SmackDown. Especially, it's supposed to be the 1,000th day celebration
of the reigning, defending, undisputed, intergalactic, Starship Enterprise, undisputed, Universal Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns.
Yes, because, folks, again, we have to call it the undisputed title, even though there's another fucking world heavyweight title on Monday Night fucking Raw!
Logic! This is what happens when your demographic of a wrestling company averages the age of a 5-year-old. Case in point.
Asshole!
Yes, I have one. Everybody has one. Some people even two, depending on who you ask.
How? No. Back to wrestling.
This isn't the Science Channel. You want that shit? Go turn on Discovery.
Back to wrestling.
That's all you gotta say in the main event. So now it's your turn, buddy.
I really got nothing else to add. I thought the main event was great. The story was perfect. And like I said, I'm curious to see where they go with this now. Because what I'm laughing at is the fact that the storyline has been going on for 3 years.
I think it's time to finally end it.
Do you know?
End the Bloodline storyline.
I would keep it going for at least a little bit longer.
Change it up a little bit, though.
So it's okay. Instead of them all wearing red shoes, they wear blue shoes. Got it.
Sure.
But my thing is this, though. You look at it. I've been invested in it, and I personally think that whole feud, the Bloodline storyline, has been the best storyline WWE has done in about 20 years.
Well, also, they started that Bloodline during the perfect time.
The pandemic.
Exactly.
But realistically, I mean, you look at storylines that WWE has had. Nothing, with the exception, I'm just thinking, folks. What I'm just thinking here is modern time. I'm not going back to the days of Bruno and Zbyszko or Hogan and Andre. I'm going to modern times. Mm-hmm. I think realistically, the only other storyline that comes to mind that's on the same level as what we're seeing right now with Bloodline is Austin McMahon.
You think so?
Yeah, because originally I was saying, okay, I would throw Daniel Bryan when he had his storyline going to WrestleMania 30 against the Authority, but that was a short stint, if you remember. That was only a couple of months. Yes, I mean, don't get me wrong. Was it riveting? A couple of months? You bet your ass it was.
You almost said something else.
What?
You bet your bottom dollar.
But again, also look at that storyline that they did with Daniel Bryan going up against the Authority. What did it actually do, realistically? I'm being dead serious right now.
Oh, repeat that one more time. I'm sorry.
What did the storyline of Daniel Bryan going up against the Authority, what did it actually do? Because if you remember, he ended up having to drop the belt right after Mania.
Yeah, I know.
So it did really nothing.
And it ended up him, going on the shelf.
Yeah. But you look at, and the reason why I say Austin and McMahon, because I think you look at the Austin McMahon feud from back in the day, that elevated Austin to another level. Where as soon as you hear that glass break, all of a sudden everybody's popping for him. You look at Roman right now, I mean, unless there's another storyline that has happened within the last 20, 25 years in WWE that I just can't remember, to me, I think the top two storylines that we've seen are Austin McMahon and the Bloodline. I mean, if somebody who's watching can think of a better one, Ryan, if you can think of a better one, let me know.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, shit. I mean, there's a few storylines that could have had potential. I'm not going to take that away. But because of bad booking and the whole stop and go bullshit, it ended up going nowhere. But realistically, when you're talking about storylines that help elevate stars and help get people invested, to me, it's Austin McMahon, and then it's Bloodline. Because, and a lot of people have said this, you look at the Bloodline storyline, I think the reason why it's so relatable, because there's a common factor in the whole thing.
It involves family.
And family is the most relatable thing that's going on right now. And I mean, now I want to get into Roman for a little bit, because on Saturday at Night of Champions, he did also become the 1,000 day mark. And as of now, he stands at number 5, I think.
Yeah, but eventually in a few weeks, he's going to go to number 4.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But let me ask you this, though. Because the people who are in front of him, you got Bruno with his first run.
Mm-hmm.
You got Bob Backlund, Hogan, Bruno with his second run, and Pedro Morales. Take out Bruno with his first run and take out Bob Backlund. I doubt he's touching either of those. I think realistically, I know I'm not barking up the wrong tree on this one. He's definitely going to break Pedro. That's definitely going to happen. He's definitely going to break Bruno's second reign.
Which I think he's at, like, what, 12 or 1,300?
Yeah, something like that.
Or was it a 14?
Something like that. But then Hogan is where it gets interesting.
I'm actually pulling up right now, because I remember you and I were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Because you look at Hogan, and Hogan's number 3 on the list.
Okay. As of right now, Pedro Morales stands at 1,027 days.
Okay.
Bruno Sammartino's second run, 1,237 days.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan's 1,474.
Okay.
Bob Backlund's 2,135 days.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruno Sammartino's 2,803 days.
So right there, he's not touching Bruno's first run.
Because quite honestly, with as I'm doing math right now, wasn't expecting to do math. 2,803 divided by, you're going at almost 8 years.
I think from what I read, for him to break Bruno's record, I think he would have to hold the belt till the fall of 2028.
Good Lord.
So you're looking at another 5 years.
I don't know if they want to hold on for that long.
No. I think the thing is also, yes, granted, I never got a chance to see Bruno wrestle in his prime, but from the videos I did see of him, nobody's ever going to beat Bruno.
No.
Bruno, and I know everybody makes the comments where they talk about, the greatest of all time, and they talk about guys like Hogan and guys like Flair and guys like Cena and all those guys. But I think Bruno is somebody who people don't put in that big, in that top category.
Yeah, Bruno, and they also have Bob Backlund, too.
Yeah. We do have a comment coming in from our buddy David from across the pond who says, I very much doubt that they'll drag it out so he matches Bruno's first run or the second. David, I agree with you on the fact that I don't think he's going to match the first one, but I think he'll definitely beat the second one.
Yeah, because I think the second one might lead up to around Mania 40.
Yeah, because I think no. I'm trying to think here.
Well, think about this. We're at 1,000. How many days right now for the Roman?
A little bit over.
Saturday was 1,000.
Yeah.
Sunday, 1,001. Monday, yesterday, 1,002. Today, 1,003. Today you take 1,003 minus 1,237, which leads to 1,234. 234 days.
So 234 days from today would be.
And mind you, also, we're still in the end of May.
Yeah. I think realistically, I think it's safe to say he's definitely going to break Pedro's.
Oh yeah, they might push it off. They might push further. And I don't think, unless they pull the trigger, I don't think he's going to break Hogan's first run.
I think, and I said this to you earlier today, I think with Hogan, it's going to depend on what they do with him at Mania.
Exactly. If they do something for him at Mania, then you'll realize, okay, they are going to push further.
Because I remember from what I read a while ago that they're not planning for him to, and this was just talked about him dropping the belt till at the earliest September of next year.
Which is most likely right around the time of Hogan's run.
Yeah. Because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get new blood into the history books.
Understandable, too. I mean, Gunther is like, I think Gunther's going to break the Honky Tonk Man's record at this point.
Oh, yeah.
But also, if they really want to push forward for Bob Backlund's record, they would have had to, since he won in 2020, then right around August 2025, that's when they would have passed him, because his reign was almost 5.5, 6 years.
Yeah, I doubt they're going to do that.
Yeah, you never know these people.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, though, you look at Hogan, he had that whole issue with them. But you look at somebody like, I just think, to me, I think a lot of this is going to depend on what happens out of Mania. If he keeps the belt coming out of Mania, then it's a foregone conclusion he's going to break Hogan's record. But I think it's safe to say that as of now, he's definitely going to break Pedro and more than likely break Bruno's second run.
I think so.
And I think realistically, I know they always say records are meant to be broken, but I doubt we're ever going to see somebody break Bruno's first run. Which, if you don't mind pulling up, what was it again?
Bruno's record, 2,803.
Yeah, nobody's going to hold the title for 8+ years.
And also, speaking of Gunther, right now he's at 354 days.
Really? I thought wow.
Because he won it on June 10th of last year.
I think he's almost at a year already with that belt.
Yeah, and the Honky Tonk Man's at 454.
Yeah. Oh, he'll definitely break that. That's no, without a doubt.
But behind Honky Tonk Man, you got Pedro Morales at 425, Randy Savage at 414, and Don Morocco at 385.
Wait, here's my question: what the hell did Pedro Morales do to WWE?
I know, seriously.
But again, I mean, before we get into Double or Nothing and we get into Battleground, overall, what's your grade for Night of Champions?
I give it a B.
I'm gonna go A-, and I'm gonna say A- for one reason: the storytelling.
I'm just gonna give it a B because it was only a 3-match show.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on now to Double or Nothing.
Oh yeah. No. Battleground.
But it was the same time as Double or Nothing.
Battleground is quicker.
Yeah. Okay. Simple way to put it, guys. Go watch Ilya Dragunov take on Dijak. There you go.
Not only that.
Yes. Go watch Tiffany Stratton take on Lila Valkyria.
No. The triple threat match with Wesley.
Oh yeah.
With Wesley, Joe Gacy, and Tyler Bate.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yes, you did. I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, but then okay. Well, if we're also talking about other matches, you also have Dragon Lee versus Noam Dar.
That I heard was good until the ending.
Yeah, but then there's the one spot that Dragon Lee had where he went to go.
Oh God.
What?
No. Oh God, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but let's talk about what match I thought was probably the most brutal out of any match this weekend.
Oh.
Dijak and Dijakovic.
No, it's just... Wait, what?
Did I just say Dijak? Wow. Well, folks, that's it for me. I have had a long day. It's been nice doing the show. See you next week.
It was the last man standing match between Dijak and Ilya Dragunov.
Why did I say Dijak and Dijakovic?
Because.
My God.
Oh, and you want to laugh, Mr. Blaine?
What's up?
That match was only 16 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to talk about the one spot that I still laugh at.
Oh my God.
The table spot.
Oh yeah. Dijak is holding, is taking out a table from underneath the ring, and the crowd goes ballistic. As he's holding up the table, here comes Dijakovic, Dragunov, literally spearing and going head first through the fucking table. And when he does that, fucking Dijak flies to the barricade.
Yep.
Jesus, Manny and Joseph.
But then you also had the other spot where they had the steps in the ring, and he goes for the reverse DDT. And you just see Dijak at a perfect angle like this. I'm like, yeah.
And then the one spot where Dijak is laying on, leaning over the chairs, you see Dragunov come in and and give his vicious elbow to the back of Dijak's head, and his face hits the chair. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, they probably did. I was like, did Dave Meltzer put out the ratings yet?
No, but based off of a cage match.
Yeah.
Overall, from the 141 people that reviewed it, has a total average of 8.92, which is actually one of the best that NXT has done in a long time.
Oh yeah, that I completely agree.
I think they haven't done numbers like that since the pre-pandemic days.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because they had apparently at one point they were sponsored by Nickelodeon apparently.
But you look at that card overall, the Battleground. I mean, it was a good show. It was definitely a good show. I just felt, to me, they just can't. I mean, one thing I'm just gonna say is they got to stop trying to compete with AEW on pay-per-views.
I think it was the first time they did it.
No, they've done it, but they did it once before.
Not at the same time.
No. That was
They did one in the afternoon and then they did one at night.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what show that was now.
Oh yeah, wasn't that All Out?
No. What was the show that they did? Oh, it was the same day as Full Gear, where they had that women's. They had that Iron Survivor match. Deadline.
But that wasn't a pay-per-view. That wasn't a pay-per-view on...
Yes, it was.
No, man, that wasn't a pay-per-view for AEW.
They were going against AEW for something.
I'm looking it up right now.
And while you do that, I would also like to mention, folks, if you are a fan of coffee, I highly, 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 highly recommend
That was right.
our coffee. Around Those Podcast Coffee, provided to us by our friends over at Motor Road Coffee. And
stealing my shit, John. Stealing my shit.
Okay, so what was the
NXT Worlds Collide.
what were they going up against?
It was the same day as All Out.
Why was I thinking Deadline then?
Because Deadline was December.
Did Ring of no.
It was
Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor had a show.
Final Battle was in December. The 4th, September 4th, was All Out.
Yes.
And I know that because I have the card because I had that card right in front of me.
Yeah. But I'm actually curious to see, because supposedly on NXT tonight we might get a debut.
Well, they kicked it off with the steel cage cluster, and I'm actually watching it right now, and I found out who won.
Who?
GG.
Interesting.
I have a feeling JC's going up to the main roster.
That would make a lot of sense.
Or Gigi.
One of them are.
But yeah. So what was your grade on Battleground?
B+.
Really? You give that more? You give that less than Night of Champions?
Yeah, because Night of Champions had the storytelling of the tag titles.
See, I give an A for Battleground, and possibly, in my opinion, show of the weekend.
Oh, I don't disagree with you about it being the show of the weekend. That I'm not disagreeing with you on. But to me, I just figure I think you have to look at it as, and we'll give our thoughts on the three on where all three of them stand as soon as we get to our next show, which will be Double or Nothing.
Oh yeah, there was another one, Double or Nothing.
Yes.
Which John and which folks, I highly recommend doing this for future reference. Just make sure that the people that work at these places know what the fuck is going on. I'm calling a spade here right now because they look dazed and confused. Dave and Buster's, if you are out there listening, when you guys do viewing parties and whatnot, please tell your fucking staff that stuff is happening. Because it is listed on... it is listed on your website that these events are showcased. You had it for Night of Champions. You had it for Double or Nothing. And in 2 weeks, you have one for UFC. Hello? Why don't you tell your fucking staff instead of going there going, oh, I don't know what's going on here. I didn't know this was happening.
I mean, I gotta give them credit though. They were able to fix it.
Well, yeah, because we told them it was happening.
Yeah.
Because they probably didn't know.
Because again, Ryan, I hate to break the news to you. I think we were the only two people in that Dave and Buster's.
Well, yeah, because, apparently people wanted to spend money and get really crappy gifts. I wonder if that's where most people get their Christmas shopping done from.
Wow. But yeah, no, you look at Double or Nothing, and this is what I got.
Great, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, the food was fantastic.
That was my first time in Dave & Buster's in, 15 years.
Yeah, I think for me, last time I was there was around the probably heart of the pandemic, actually.
But
And
anyway,
it was out by me. Overall, I mean, you look at Double or Nothing, and I'm gonna be straightforward right now, and I'm gonna probably get chastised for this. Out of the 3 shows this weekend, and I'm not including Under Siege in that because obviously we didn't really talk about Under Siege tonight. But to me, Double or Nothing, and my past Double or Nothings was actually one of the worst ones they've done.
It's weak.
It was very, and I don't take it away from the talent.
Oh no, absolutely not.
And I want to stress that I'm not saying that the talent did bad. I'm saying that some of the matches just weren't there. And I'm a great example of that. Look at the match between Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm.
Oh God.
I understand Jamie was hurt beforehand, but you could have done that match so differently.
They only went 3 minutes.
Yeah, but okay, let me ask you this now, Ryan.
This is gonna be a dick move for me to say. Did Tony Khan confuse Jamie Hayter with Jay Cargill? Because apparently Jay Cargill was used to shorter matches.
No, he was having too much fun with wearing that ridiculous hat on his head.
Oh, yippee-ki! What the fuck were you wearing, Tony?
He got confused. He thought it was a bar mitzvah. I'm sorry. That hat looks like any hat you got at any bar mitzvah that they do as a giveaway.
Also, Tony, can you do all of us one huge favor?
Blink?
Hey. Way to ruin my punchline, dude.
Okay, sorry.
I was gonna say, can you fucking blink?
I don't know what you mean.
It feels great to be here in Las Vegas. I can't even do that. I need to blink.
But
it's so good to be here in Las Vegas. I got Martha Hart here, wee. And Collision's gonna be debuting here in Chicago. Thank you, good night.
But you look at I mean, like I said, the Jamie Hayter match to me was, I think out of all the women matches that we saw, and there was 2 women matches, I think you take that one compared to the Jane Cargill one, that one was worse. And to be honest, I think that was probably the worst match of the night.
I thought the TBS title match wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but you knew damn well that they weren't going to pull the trigger with Taya.
No, but I'm glad what they did afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we'll definitely get into that in a second. But you knew damn well, because to me, you just had that on regular TV, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So you're not going to have Taya and Jade that happened on regular TV 2 weeks ago, also run it back 2 weeks later at your biggest event of the year, and also not Taya win.
You know what was my underwhelming match of the night besides that?
Okay.
I might get chastised for this.
Okay.
How about the unsanctioned match?
I liked it.
I hated it.
Hold on. The only few things I just didn't understand. Where the hell was Sabu? And also, I thought an unsanctioned match was you're allowed to fight outside of the ring. You might as well just call that Jericho versus Cole in a regular match.
That's what they should have done.
Well, you made the comment, though, when we were at Dave & Buster's. You think they set up for dog collar match.
Yeah, because at one point, you see Jericho take out a chain, and they were using that chain for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, like that match, and also that match went way too damn long.
How long was that match?
How about 20 minutes?
I also thought the placement of that was off. Wasn't that the second match?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of off to me.
I have three matches that I thought were great.
Okay.
The entire card.
Okay.
The opening match with the Blackjack Battle Royal.
Okay.
And John, I know you were loving it too, because you didn't know what you were gonna expect.
Well, the only thing I was confused with there was one thing I was confused with. Whenever I've seen Battle Royals on WWE or other program or even on the indie scene, usually you have all the guys enter into the ring and then you ring the bell and then it's then you start getting that whee.
Yeah, but here's the thing: difference between WWE and WWE Indie and AEW.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say this. I'm using your line. You don't want to make it too damn predictable and have everybody in at once.
No, but I understand that.
Some people do the smart thing by fighting on the outside and then throwing them in, and they get thrown out. It's smart strategy.
Or if your commander decides to just run around the top rope
He was staying in.
Yeah, until Jay White decided to do the smart thing and actually go 1, 2, 3, push.
Oh yeah, that was but besides that, and the last two matches, the 4 pillars fatal 4-way for the AEW World Title,
mm-hmm.
and the Anarchy in the Arena.
I love the Anarchy in the Arena match.
That was great.
But I think what makes that so perfect is the 2 teams you had in there. Because again, Ryan, what's the one thing I stress on the show week in and week out?
Storytelling.
And what did that match provide?
Oh, a massive story, especially the little twist at the end, which I did not expect.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The part I loved with it was actually our thumbnail tonight, which let me just pull that one up again quickly. That part.
Yeah.
Which I'm still waiting. Oh,
I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck made that go like that.
I'm still waiting for the Jericho podcast when they do the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh God.
And let me ask you this stuff, okay? You're booking that show. Would you have booked it to have the Anarchy close out the show?
Yes.
Over the World Heavyweight title?
Yes.
Even though the World Heavyweight title is still relatively new?
Yes. Because 2 things. One, you told him, granted, yeah, it's the 4 pillars, but you know what? I feel like the Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite were consistent every single week for months. The whole 4 pillars thing was only made up about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, but here's the only reason why I'm saying why I could see the argument being made the other way, though.
You didn't tell me. I didn't let you finish. I didn't let me finish.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
They started breaking down the shit, so they decided to make it easier cleanup. That's why.
But I think you could have easily done the Anarchy and then had the world title.
Yeah, but they're going to clean up all the fucking blood?
It's a little thing called a video package.
You need more than a video package for that.
Okay. So do video package.
Especially video package, but then either the world title match gets cut or it runs past midnight.
Okay.
Some people don't, and some people don't want to do that anymore.
To me, I just think don't get me wrong. I'm not. This isn't me having a old person.
Had the Anarchy in the Arena match not happened, then yeah, the world title match would be the main event. But Anarchy in the Arena, more chaotic.
But now again, I said this to you when we were there at Dave & Buster's. If I'm booking that, I don't have the Elite and I don't have Blackpool Combat Club show up on Wednesday. For the reason being, sell the match.
Maybe Blackpool Combat Club.
But then if you do that, have it be a pre-recorded thing.
No. Yeah, probably be pre-recorded. But I was going to say maybe one person from Blackpool Combat Club to thank Don Callis and Takeshita.
Yeah, but that's my thing, though, is I would not have the Elite show up.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
And honestly, if you want to have... I got it perfect. If you want to have your one person show up to thank Don Callis, how about Bryan Danielson?
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
because I wouldn't have it be Moxley, especially after he took the freaking firecracker to the face.
Mm-hmm.
Cesaro, maybe, but Cesaro's...
No, not Cesaro.
Claudio Castagnoli, sorry.
Claudio,
sorry.
Cesaro's still stuck at the Thunderdome in Tampa.
Yeah, he's still spinning Jack Swagger.
No, not Jack Swagger. He's still swinging Roberto Carrillo. I think he's on swing number 10,500 right now.
Could you ever do that?
Swing? No, fuck that shit. No.
I can see you doing that.
I can barely walk.
But I can see if you were asked by Alex or by Mike Morgan, hey, can you do a Cesaro swing on this guy?
Then it depends on who.
How about me?
Hell no. If anything, I'll give one to Bougie. He's lighter.
Hey! Oh, yeah, that's actually not a...
I'm not wrong. No. You know what? I know who to give it to.
Oh.
Pete Rosado.
Yes, you can hear him yelling.
Oh, he'll be doing his own commentary while I'm spinning him in place. My God, he's spinning me around in circles and circles and circles. Will it go around in circles? Yes, it will go around in circles. I definitely am. Pete, if you're listening, I love you, buddy.
Again, aren't you going to see him at the end of the month?
Well, I don't know. Am I going to see him at the end of the month? Because, a certain promoter named Alex doesn't seem to, care about making, public notice that, this thing is announcing the show.
Oh boy, you're putting Invictus on notice.
You're damn right I am.
Oh boy.
You're damn right I am.
Oh boy.
Where's my notoriety, damn it?
Oh shit.
I've been there since day one.
Oh boy.
Since the paintball hayfield farm in Flemington, New Jersey.
Moving on, because I don't want you to have heat now with Invictus Pro Wrestling.
Nah, I would never have heat with Invictus Pro Wrestling. Which actually, let me plug that a little bit. June 26th, Invictus Pro Wrestling teams up with NFW as they present Northern Conquest. And folks, it's no competition, even though Invictus is a better card. But there's no competition.
Oh my God.
And that will get me banned from NFW.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was about to say, I don't want to have to be banned from Ridgefield Park now. Thank you.
What the hell is a thank you?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, but again, it's gonna be a great card. Invictus has a few matches lined up, including an open challenge for the Women's Championship. And also, pretty much you're gonna see somebody leaving a body bag.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Was that match announced officially?
Oh yes, it is.
So what's the match so people know what you're talking about?
How about PJ Savage? PJ Savage taking on, and now I can say this on here, the motherfucking MILF Hunter Face.
But you won't see that in the show, huh?
Nope, I will not say it on the show.
So
I'll say it on here, but not at the actual show itself.
Alex, if you're watching, you can clip that little part and just have that be his.
By the way, Alex, he told me off camera NFW has the better card.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah, Jesus H. Christ. In other words, Jesus H. Christ, you got caught, buddy.
Can we move on?
But again, folks, June 25th, NFW, Invictus Pro Wrestling, Northern Conquest at the Ridgefield Park Mecca. Almost called it something else.
I'm glad you didn't.
106 Bergen Avenue. If you don't know it by now, then truly you are not a true tri-state area independent wrestling fan.
And there's going to be other shows happening in Jersey, which we'll get to that when we close out the show tonight.
Oh, yes, there will be. Because everyone and their mother's running that freaking house. It's like a revolving door, pretty much. Speaking of revolving doors, let's get back to AEW, shall we?
Yes, because I want to get back on track here.
Speaking of revolving doors.
I just feel like, to me, you look at the title match, which, oh, by the way, we're really bad podcasters.
Why?
We're forgetting to mention congratulations to Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello.
Well, when we talk about the AEW World Title match, I was going to say that.
Well, we're talking about it now.
Well, there's a tag title match.
Hold on, what match are we talking about?
What were you talking about?
I was talking about the Fatal 4-Way.
Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page here.
Oh, I think he said tag title match.
I thought you said tag title.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Okay. Folks, this is live radio here, so let's do it this way, okay? Forget what I just said about Sammy Guevara. Let's talk about the tag title match, and then we'll talk about the Four Pillars match. Got it? Good.
Okay, now he said tag titles.
Okay. The tag title match, I thought was good. It woke the damn crowd up.
And we called it a mile away.
Yes, and by the way, the spot of that match goes to Karen Jarrett.
Oh my God. Yes, with her hitting Ref Aubrey Edwards over the head with a chair, and then flipping afterwards.
Yeah, that was the funny part. Well, no, I can't say that. That was mean. But yes, that was definitely the spot of the night.
Yeah, you hear that, Slapnuts? He's making fun of your wife.
Yeah, but Slapnuts is a former guest on the show.
Yeah, but Slapnuts can, no way.
Moving on.
Now we get to the world title match. First of all, I thought it was odd that they didn't do the in-ring introductions for this match.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
That's why, you hear the crowd, especially when they're doing Jungle Boys thing, the normal shit and whatnot.
Yeah.
Then you see Sammy Guevara come out with Ty Mello, and he brought up the signs. And apparently he said, we have a major announcement. I'm like, uh-oh. I kind of had a feeling what it was, but it's confirmed that Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello are having a baby.
It must be baby making season.
It must be. Well, man, it's true what The Rock said. After WrestleMania, things get a little freaky-deaky.
I remember when that promo was cut, and I was at a friend's house when I went away to school, and they looked at me when they said it, and they go, "Oh, John, that's gonna be you in a couple weeks." I'll explain the rest of the story, Ryan, to you off there.
Okay. And then Darby Allin's entrance, very interesting with the
Elvis.
Elvis.
Yes, that's if Elvis ever met the emo world.
And I think the best entrance of the night, MJF's entrance. Well, besides that, how about him coming down from a fucking throne?
That's definitely Triple H-esque.
Oh, hell yeah, and I loved every second of it.
Oh, yeah. But, you look at that one. Realistically, everybody knew that it was going to be MJF who was going to retain it. But the trick is, how was he going to retain it? That was my question.
There were some moments that, we were afraid that he was going to lose the title.
Yeah, there were definitely some moments there. But all
in all, holy shit, that match was great.
Oh, yeah. That I completely agree with you on.
If we weren't at Dave & Buster's, I would have easily given that a standing ovation at our table. Yeah, but then again, if we were at like a movie theater or whatnot, I would have done it there.
Oh yeah, I figured everybody else would have probably done it.
Oh, without a doubt.
And then you had the Anarchy match, which, like I said before, the Anarchy was basically a car crash.
Oh, it was the perfect car crash.
Especially the one part where I think Matt Jackson went to go give a a body slam to Claudio in the truck.
Oh yeah, imagine being
the owner of that truck.
Yeah, imagine being someone the owner of that truck.
Yeah, but like I said,
Well, if they need insurance, we can refer them to someone.
State Farm.
State Farm.
Oh, I know. Hartford.
Not in the state of New York, buddy.
Allstate.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have Allstate, and it's fucking great.
And that's our little plug for Allstate.
Wow.
But no, let me ask you this now. Because we've gone over in the last hour and 20 minutes. We've gone over 3 pay-per-views. I'm going to ask you a 2-part question. What's up?
Sorry, a little bit of breaking news on NXT.
Okay.
We saw, it looks like a debut.
Of?
Not the female attacker.
Who?
But apparently, somebody who just competed in Saudi Arabia.
Who?
Mustafa Ali.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why is he in NXT? Did Gunther chop him so hard he went back down to the developmental?
He was never in NXT.
That's true. He never really was.
No.
He was 205 Live.
Yep.
Actually, I completely forgot Mustafa Ali was never drafted.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that because he calls himself Free Agent Ali.
No, we have to say it properly.
No, that's what he calls himself. Free Agent Ali.
Oh, okay. But I'm saying we're not going to call him the free agent part. We have to say his name correctly. It's Mustafa.
Well, he calls himself Free Agent Ali. I forgot he was never drafted.
Shows you how important the draft is.
He was one of the few that never got drafted. I think Baron Corbin was another one.
But like I said before, shows you how important the goddamn draft is.
Well, I mean, he's too busy, making steak videos on TikTok.
Hey, there's some good stuff.
And I think I know what he's going for.
And that would be?
From the looks of it, excuse me. I think he's going to be going for against Wesley.
I like that. Well, I like what they're doing now because they're the guys who they're not using on the main roster. They'll bring them down to NXT.
Look what they did for Apollo Crews.
Same thing, yeah.
Whether it was Apollo Crews or here comes Ali getting back into the ring, and now he's beating up Joe Casey.
Let me ask you this, Ryan, because I'm actually going to wrap up the show soon because this cough is still freaking killing me.
Yeah, because I feel like there's nothing else we could talk about, honestly.
We just went through three shows. In your opinion, you have to rank all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
How would you rank them?
From worst to best?
Yes.
Oof. I have to say worst. I hate to say this, Double or Nothing.
Okay.
Second, Night of Champions, and best, Battleground.
Crap. I agree with you about Double or Nothing.
I feel like this Double or Nothing was one of their most weakest pay-per-views they've ever done.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. Which is stand up because they had potential for that.
You know what it is also, in my opinion?
Mm-hmm.
I think they were vying so much on the whole shit with not only the Warner Brother media shit, but also trying to push so hard for another TV show, and they just completely disregarded they had a major pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah, no, that I agree with you on. I think, unfortunately, when you get to Battleground and you get to Night of Champions,
It's tough. It's tough. Battleground wins it by half a point, in my opinion.
yeah. I actually, you know what?
Night of Champions had good matches, but that show didn't have a outstanding last man standing match.
Yeah. But I gotta agree with you. I think it's gonna be Battleground and then Night of Champions.
It's tough.
It definitely is. But I don't think we have anything else to really get to tonight.
No, there really wasn't anything. I mean, I do want to talk a little bit of indies because I did go to a show on Saturday, and I do want to give them a little bit of a shout out.
Go right ahead.
Remarkable Wrestling out here on Long Island. I attended their last event in Selden or Coram, whatever you want to call it. Some say Selden, some say Coram. Who cares? They had a phenomenal card on it. They had Miracle Generation on there, the tag champs. They had Tristan Ty taking on Rex Lawless for the Remarkable Riot Championship, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And in the main event, Channing Thomas taking on Gabriel Sky for the Remarkable Heavyweight Championship. Very, very solid matchup. Turned out to be a massive brawl, and it leads up into their next event, which takes place on Saturday, July 8th, from the NYWC Sportatorium in Deer Park, New York, where the main event on that show, Gabriel Sky defending the Remarkable Heavyweight Championship against the Big Boofa, Desmond Cole.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
That's gonna be a good one, in my opinion.
That one definitely does sound good.
And folks, again, I highly recommend checking out Remarkable Wrestling. They have solid matches. They had Liam Jacobs versus Desmond Cole. Kono and Percy Ryan taking on Anthony Gangone and some guy who looks like Evil Uno if you order him off a Wish. Sorry I didn't catch your name. You also had Tiana James taking on Little Mean Kathleen for the Remarkable Wrestling Women's Championship, and also the NYWC Starlet Championship, which LMK won earlier that night from NYWC.
Yes.
And also a little bit more of indie spotlight, from the indie guy himself. This weekend, I don't think there's anything going on besides upstate New York. But I don't think there's anything in the tri-state area.
I'm trying.
My knowledge.
No, because I know.
I'm trying to think. I think next week there's nothing there. Also, if you have nothing to do on Friday nights and want to take a nice trip out east, go to Manituck, where there's a brand new wrestling promotion called Championship Theater or Championship Wrestling Theater. I apologize if I mess up the name. Every Friday night, it's a massive dinner show. That's what it is. It's a dinner show where you get food along with your food package, courtesy of Lucharitos, which is a Mexican, obviously a wrestling themed Mexican restaurant. So that takes place every Friday night. June 10th, next Saturday, Victory Pro Wrestling is in Bayshore, New York. June 16th, I will be announcing for Win over in Richfield Park, New Jersey, where they have that massive 10-man eliminator match to crown their first ever champion. 11 if you count me in the match. Kidding. Also, on the 17th, apparently everyone in the is running that day, supposedly, because Titan Championship Wrestling is running in South Jersey. And then on June 18th, some company named Bree Combination Wrestling. And then, Bree Combination Wrestling on the 18th. Then the 25th is Invictus Pro Wrestling in Richfield Park, New Jersey. The 24th is Pro Wrestling Magic's season finale, closing time, with one hell of a card, in my opinion.
Which includes the main event. I don't think it's going to be the main. I don't know if it's going to be the main event, but I think it definitely should be. The triple threat match between Mike Donovan, Smiley, and Steve Off in a winner takes all.
And I actually have a little surprise for John right now.
Uh-oh.
I had a nice little conversation with someone over at Magic.
Okay.
You, my friend, are going to be making your pro wrestling debut.
Wait, whoa. Pump the brakes in. What are you talking about?
Let's just say someone brought it up to management and is going to have you wrestle for the first time ever.
Please tell me you're ribbing me here.
No.
Who am I wrestling?
You're looking at him.
Really? Why do I feel like that you're ribbing me right now? Where are the cameras? Where are the cameras?
I almost got you there, didn't I?
I was about to say, knowing how Steve Off acts, I was gonna sit there and go, he didn't really just pull this off, did he?
I mean, I could, but I might be stumped.
Speaking about being stumped, I will be at SWF on the 10th.
Oh, yeah.
You know, pending everything's still going as planned.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I'll be there the 10th. All the other shows that Ryan mentioned, I'll probably be at.
Apparently, this guy doesn't know when to take a break.
I do this weekend. I have nothing.
For now.
I don't plan on having anything.
But then if you're not, then I'm going to text him saying, "Yeah, I'm going to upstate New York."
No.
I'll believe it when I don't hear it.
I will not be going to any shows this weekend.
Sure. And monkeys don't play with bananas.
Wow. Again, guys, I hope you guys like the show we did tonight. Actually, before we do that, Ryan, obviously I know you promoted every show in the state of New Jersey coming up, but where can listeners find you on social media?
You can find me at Twitter at Ryan_MC92. You can follow me at Instagram at WrestlingMC. Facebook, obviously, is my name. My OnlyFans coming soon. For John, my MySpace is MySpace. What the fuck am I talking about? And also, folks, hopefully soon I get my I have a musical theater podcast coming up.
Hold on. Breaking news. Catch you guys next week.
You suck.
No, what do you think I'm working on this weekend that I'm not going to any shows?
Your room?
Hot. What's that little thing called? Curtain call?
Ah, yes.
What do you think I'm working on this weekend?
Where I get to be a bougie bitch. Fantastic.
Exactly. But again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. We definitely did. You can find us on any of our social media accounts. Definitely give us a follow there. If you're on our YouTube page, hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It's wonders for us. And again, guys, the news from last week, in case you missed it last week, we will be featured on ASAP Network. Start date for that is still TBD. And basically, yeah. You can also catch us on, catch the replay on YouTube. And I'm figuring probably this week, you can catch the replay on any of your podcasting platforms. I know I have not been promoting that a lot, but that will be coming back to fruition as well. Again, for Ryan, I'm John. This has been a Around the Ropes podcast episode. Because apparently I use the same ending like I do if it's a YouTube exclusive. And again, guys, my parting words to everybody who's watching this is this. Make sure you know who you're talking to. Catch you guys next week.